Hello guys, it's NautoAce, and this will be the winter 2019/2020 vlog roundup. And this one's going to be interesting because it's going to be related to everything Sony topics. What I mean by that? Well, the topic I want to give my thoughts on are first, the state of play that happened on December 2019, and then a shocker that Sony once again will not be at E3 2020, and then of course two major games from Square Enix got delayed. And again, like I said before, and I'm going to say it again, a delay in a game is good. A bad game will always be a bad game. And I believe for these two games, the delay is good. So the first thing I want to give my thoughts on is actually from 2019 of December, and that is the state of play. So long time ago, I think in 2018, Sony at one point said we will not have a 2018 PlayStation experience, which is sort of their own PlayStation special theme E3. Because if you notice in 2017, it was a low key, it was nothing, there was nothing to show. Death Stranded was basically the most talk in that presentation, but not so much. Yeah, it was just very low key, it wasn't really exciting, and so they made an announcement that on 2018 they will not have one, and that they might come back in 2019, and that's a keyword there. They might come back in 2019. However, there was no PSX 2019. Instead, they had a state of play, and I have to say that state of play was actually good. So I'm not going to give my thoughts on all of it since this is a roundup, but I'm going to give three of the most interesting that I saw. First of all, Untitled Goose, multi-platform, awesome. It was originally a Switch exclusive, and I was going to wonder if it's going to go to other platform, and yes, it did. So it's on the PS4, Xbox One, and Steam, and other launchers, probably. So that's awesome, because the game is actually good. So eventually I'm going to get it when I have a chance. Maybe sale, wink wink. But yeah, that's actually a good move. And then Ghost of Tsushima, they showed the trailer. And then, of course, they're trying to tease you that go watch the Game Awards to see the extended trailer for Ghost of Tsushima. And they did show it there, a long extended trailer. A bit of gameplay, if I remember, it was like in December. But then they announced the date that's going to come out in the summer of 2020. So there you go, finally. So at May, The Last of Us 2. During the summer, Ghost of Tsushima. And then I don't know what they're going to do after that. But the big one here is that it wasn't an E3 2019. It was nowhere to be talked. I mean, unfortunately, it was leaked on the PlayStation Store. So the hype was a little bit, but yeah, the rumors were true. Resident Evil 3 Remake is a real thing. They showed the new design. They showed the Nemesis design. Apparently now he has a nose. And oh boy, it's going to be interesting. Am I a fan of Resident Evil myself? Not really. I have played them. I suck at them. Not really my cup of tea, but I know they're good for a reason. And this one's actually look good because I'm just going to do a follow-up since this is a roundup. They also showed later on, like in January, a Nemesis trailer. Oh my gosh, it's very aggressive, and he also now has a flamethrower. And then of course, also the announcement with this game is the multiplayer mode, Project Resistant, which is you kind of tease that, oh, it's a spin-off, and then they're going to tease that, oh, there's a single campaign. It's actually, no, the single campaign is Resident Evil 3 Remake. Yes, there have been rumor about it, Resident Evil 3 Remake. And then, of course, thanks to the Sony PlayStation Store, someone accidentally leaked an image. People thought, oh, maybe it's just a random, maybe it's a fan art. But nope, it is true. They finally show what Jill looks like, which is sort of realistic. Nemesis now looks more scary than before, in my opinion. Now he has a nose. Like I said, he has a flamethrower. So for a lot of those Resident Evil fans, they're going to be happy about it. I mean, ever since Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil, once again, is what it's supposed to be, survival horror, trying to grab some bullet, and, you learn how to conserve them. The only problem with 7, to some extent for most, and even myself, is that I really would like to try 7, but the first-person view just wasn't working. So, there've been a lot of selling on that game, I couldn't really play that because I did try watching like people play the game, and I was starting to get dizzy. Like, yeah. And the good thing about it, by the way, is that was an experiment. That they're not going to do that ever again, hopefully. But of course, Resident Evil 2 Remake is kind of like playing as Resident Evil Revelation with the survival horror. It's probably the same thing with this one. So, PlayStation State of Play December of 2019. That's in lieu of their PlayStation Experience 2019. Like I said, there was talk about that. They were originally going to do that, but hey, this is actually better in my opinion. But speaking of presentation, credit to GameIndustry.Biz. It was confirmed by Sony that yes, once again in 2020, Sony Interactive Entertainment will not be at E3 2020. And the reason in general why is vision differences. So there is an article about it, and they even stated, so the gist of it is that it's not in their vision to go to E3 2020, and a lot of people talk about it, and I kind of agree with what they say. So I'm going to try to expand on this, on my thoughts of why E3 2020 Sony's not going to be there. The two main reasons I got to credit to some people, such as Dreamcast Guy and Review Tech USA, is marketing, control, and funding. When you go to E3 and trying to have a booth or something to showcase your games, whether it's first party or third party, that kind of give you a reason why PlayStation, that costs money just to do those things. And if you remember E3 2018, it was sort of a low key because they showcased 4 major games and then trailers. And then if you remember at E3 2017, Sony was just trailer this, trailer that, trailer everywhere. And for a while, like, oh man, is the traditional way of showcasing games getting like diminishing, because now we have State of Play, we have Nintendo Direct. So you kind of notice that one. I mean, 2018, they showcased some of the game, but to some extent it's like, extended gameplay, more trailers. So that's probably the part with funding. And then when it comes with control, Sony wants to be in full control of how to kind of like deliver like what the games they're going to offer. And a lot of people, like I said, credit to Dreamcast Guy, he just said that, because you got to keep in mind that E3 2019, or E3 in general, that's what I'm trying to say, it's a trade show, it's not a convention. Now consumer can actually go in, but it's just very expensive, kind of like if you go to a convention. The prices range, but it's not really meant to the public. And if you're well known to the video game media, you can actually get a media pass, and you can get it for free, but you got to prove to them what contributes you to be part of the E3 hype. So that's a trade show, and then it costs a lot of money. What do you say? So we want to control the delivery. Our vision is different, and that E3 is not really for us anymore. So they're going to go to like maybe convention, maybe the Comic-Con, PAX, or EVO to some extent, possibly, where fans are actually allowed in. Heck, there's even State of Play now. They can do more of that now, because in the past, I kind of say, doing a Nintendo Direct or State of Play on an E3. In the past, I was against it, but after a while, it actually grew on me. I know I'm admitting that even Nintendo was smart about it. So, kudos to Nintendo, man. You proved me wrong there. So, the bottom line really is now that as of 2020, the way to introduce your stuff to the general audience, or to your consumer, or to your hardcore gamers, is through social media and the internet. Going to E3 anymore is unnecessary now to some extent. Microsoft still does it, which is thumbs up, but again, the technology is changing, society, the way people view things now is different, so it is what it is, like I said. And then the last thing I want to give my thoughts, and still to some extent related to PlayStation, is the year of delays. Yes, so if you've been following the gaming industry, A lot of major games are getting delayed. Cyberpunk 2027 got delayed to September. Dying Light 2 got delayed. And then the two top one, well, I'm interested, that kind of related to PlayStation to some extent. And those are the Marvel Avengers by Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics and Final Fantasy VII Remake. So, if you heard, both of those games got delayed. Final Fantasy VII Remake got delayed to April, which is good and bad to some extent, because by putting it on April, now you're competing against Resident Evil 3 Remake and Trial of Mana. Okay, maybe not that one. I would probably say Cyberpunk 2027, but of course, I just said the game also got delayed to September. So right now, the delay is actually good for Final Fantasy VII because, well, for me personally, the only two games I care is the Trials of Mana Remake and Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't really care about Resident Evil 3. I just bought 2 for $15, so you're gonna get a hit there. In the case with Cyberpunk, really, I have no interest. I know a lot of people are gonna like it, Keanu Reeves, but I don't really care. And another game also that got delayed that I'm not really surprised that they did this, and that is the Marvel Avengers by Square Enix / Crystal Dynamics. Couldn't really understand what this game's all about. It's a beat 'em up, free service. It was weird when they talked about it on E3 2019, and they have said it was supposed to come out in May of 2020, but then they pushed it back to September to improve the game polish. So that's the key word a lot of these delays are: polish the game. So as what Miyamoto would always say, and I always have to quote this because this is so important when it comes to delay. A delay on a game can be good. A bad game will forever be bad. So what basically mean is that if you give more time, it is possible to make the game good. Not always, but most of the time. Yeah, there have been a game that if you delay didn't do good. Duke Nukem 3D by Gearbox, that didn't do good. Alien Isolation, I think. I don't know which one. It was really bad, even with the delay. So Mighty Number 9 is the biggest one. There you go. Delay didn't really help, and look what happened. But with the case with Square Enix, I think the delay will be good, so I have no problem with it. I get a lot of game backlog. I'm an old guy. I got work. I got to take care of family. You get the idea. So, but if you're a kid, then I understand, like, oh, I got to play this game now. But you got to understand, a delay in the game can be polished more time, meaning better experience. And the last thing I want to give my thoughts in this winter roundup, and it's an interesting one, and that is an announcement on Twitter from EB Game Canada. So here's the little gist of it, is that during EVO Japan 2020, apparently EB Games Canada trying to promote Street Fighter V Champion Edition. However, they said, oh, it's from the Switch. So people said, wait, what? There's a Switch version? Is this something, a surprise from Capcom? Will it be a trailer on EVO Japan Top 8 Street Fighter V? Will it be on a Nintendo Direct? What's going on? Like, whoa. Like, people are like, they were like, it's a mystery, to a point that even Ono saw the tweet post. And apparently he replied, said, wait, what? There's a Street Fighter V for the Switch? I didn't know that. Wow, that's interesting. Technically, i.e., what he's trying to say is like, what are you talking about? Where did you get that information? You just made that up. Ha ha ha, LOL. Basically, what it means there is that there is no such thing as Street Fighter V on the Switch version. Because the funny part is that the tweet post actually lasted for I think even like 9 hours from what I heard. And then Pacific time at Saturday, like 6 p.m., it was finally removed. And then later on, EB Games Canada actually did a response and a follow-up on what happened. And technically what they said was, it was a typo. That's it, it was a typo. So what it is that they were trying to promote Street Fighter V Champion Edition for the PlayStation 4. Apparently the guy who was in charge of it probably just wasn't paying attention, and he was just thinking about Nintendo Switch, accidentally put Nintendo Switch. So that's the response from EB Games Canada. But is it really a typo, or there is something more than meets the eye? So I really don't want to play conspiracy here, but it is a possibility to some extent, because you got to keep in mind that Street Fighter V is a PlayStation 4 exclusive for a reason. Sony, ever since 2016, flipped the bill to make that game, and ever since then, Sony been supporting the game. But since Street Fighter V is coming to a close, is it possible for Capcom, since they have enough money from Street Fighter V, to actually port the game to the Switch? It is a possibility. Maybe there will be an announcement on Nintendo Direct. And yeah, spoiler, there was no announcement on Evo Japan Top 8 for Street Fighter V. Yeah, LOL. So my thoughts about it is, I think to some extent it is just a typo, but I wouldn't be surprised if there is something when the Nintendo Direct comes in probably February, because we're almost at the end of March. We'll just see about it. So those are my roundup for winter 2019/2020 or December to January month line. So with that, I'll see you guys later.